We hear a lot of people talking about creating consistent content these days. It has become a marching drum for most creators for the past 5 to 10 years. Probably not 10, maybe 5. People have been talking about it a lot, but I want to get a little bit more specific. I want to talk about specifically and go into the granular detail of what that might look like for you. What does it mean to make consistent content? On the podcast this week, I talked with Hope Lee. She's a branding strategist and content creator that's worked with dozens of well-known brands and public figures. So the conversation eventually got to branding. And really, it's a word that a lot of people don't like these days, but we're really talking about how to present yourself online. And my question specifically was about how should people be thinking about presenting themselves online in the very beginning? It's a time when people are most likely to not keep up with, say, their content creation, with putting stuff out there on a consistent basis. So I was wondering, how much time should we spend on our profile, on our bio, all these other things that are probably important, but are they important right now? Her answer is something that all content creators should hear.
Your actual profile, your mini description, whatever that you're putting out on social, that can change and evolve over time. I'd say always keep it simple. More than anything else, and focus on the content, and know that it's better to put out consistent good content than everyday mediocre content or once in a blue moon fantastic content, if that makes sense.
Dude, 100%. And I've been talking about this a lot because a lot of people are trying to push creators to make and release every day, and it's the vlogging went viral and it's everybody's vlogging, but when you have 5 to 10,000 people vlogging their day-to-day, going to the grocery store, it's not going to be that interesting, and the content's not going to be that engaging.
For sure. And we and the algorithms change all the time, so I'll always start with new clients that are we should be posting 3 to 5 times a day, and I was maybe on Twitter in 2010.
So the idea is to create consistent, good quality content. And I would actually take it so far to say to create great content every week. It may be once a week, it may be 2 times or 3 times a week. The idea is to stay in constant contact with your audience. You might be able to get by with posting one amazing 15-minute or 10-minute video every month. I'm sure that there are people and audiences that are willing to wait around for that. But I think in the beginning, and for most people, what you want to aim for is just creating really great shit. Because you got a lot of people out there that are trying to create content and release content every single day. I think that, yes, you should be creating every day and maybe take the weekends off. But for the most part, we shouldn't be releasing everything that we're creating. We should be putting way more thought and way more intention into the posts we're making, because what you're putting out there is being compared and stacked against other creators. So it's what can you do to stand out? What can you do to really make a difference? I think about the videos that I'm making, and say if I release a 10-minute video on YouTube, clicking play on that video, knowing how long it is, says a lot about both the creator and the viewer. It says that the viewer has acknowledged that the creator has put a lot of time and energy into this video, if they know who the creator is. And eventually that's what you want to get to the point. They see your name underneath that video and they say, oh, I like this person. And it doesn't matter how long it is, I'm going to make my time because I trust that every time I've clicked on a video before, it hasn't steered me wrong. It hasn't been clickbait. It hasn't been something that's led me down a rabbit hole. It's just for clicks. And I know that this person is really good at what they do, and I'm going to value what their opinion is.
I follow a lot of beauty bloggers because I love them, but they're always go comment on 10 of my recent posts so you can see more of my things in the algorithm. And it's this weird begging for it. And I'm no, but that's the point of the algorithm, is not to punish or hurt people. Mm-hmm. It's not actually a bad thing. It's originally when Facebook was just you and like 20 of your friends in college, you wanted to see everything they were posting. But now you have 4,000 friends, and if you had to see every meal and baby photo and bad song lyric and Throwback Thursday posted by all 4,000 people, you would stop using these platforms. So it tracks your behavior. If you like your mom's stuff, you're going to keep seeing your mom's stuff. And if you don't, you won't. And so you're going to continue being seen by the people who want to see you, by the people who engage in your stuff. And that means if you're someone who's taking in stuff all the time, like interact with the people you like. If you like Matt D'Avella's stuff, like comment on it, you know what I mean? And if you don't, like, you're going to start seeing less of it. And I think that that's a really reasonable thing to have happen.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so important to create content that is worth engaging with, that asks a question, that creates a conversation, and that you're interacting back with people, you know, like when they're asking you a question or commenting on your stuff, that you go look at their stuff and you like interact with like-minded people in your community. And that's, I think, the most authentic way to build any brand online right now.
So to pull this off, to be able to make great content every week, you might have to drop some things. You might not want to juggle every single social media account. You might want to delete your Facebook. You might want to only post videos to Instagram. You may want to rethink how you're appearing and how you're presenting in all your accounts. And there's an easy way to do it and a hard way. And I guarantee if you're trying to do everything, you will fail at everything. So pick a few and try to make great content every single week. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about content creation, Hope and I go into very deep detail on the topic on this week's podcast. Go to mattdiavella.com/054 to get that. There's also a link in the description. If you're just hearing about the podcast for the first time, then you can also check out groundupshow.com. Lots and lots of episodes, 54 of them so far, and maybe you'll find something that you'll get some value from there.